programs, but we'll write an article for the articulator, and we'll see if we can get some help that way. And so they did, and then 4 or 5 dentists volunteered to help immediately once they read the article. And so a lot more people started getting help from a population that wasn't being treated. This program that I was doing kind of morphed into the Smile Again program. Spent hours talking with Michelle Cunningham about what I was doing, and she was taking notes, and she took it and turned it into the Smile Again program. And for those of you guys not from Denver, the Smile Again program treats victims of domestic violence and abuse, women, men, and children. And several hundred patients get helped every year. There are some on the waiting list right now. If anyone's looking to volunteer, please talk to the brass at MDDS. When the methamphetamine program, methamphetamine started to hit the streets and became very popular, and it was draining dental budgets in the jails. It started generating some media, and the media started calling, finding out if anyone knew anything about the meth problem, if there's anyone treating it. And I've been treating it for years, just as I've been treating several other patients with the drug and alcohol treatment problems. And so MDDS contacted me and asked me if I would go on TV and talk about it. And I had to really search deep and decide if this was something I wanted to do. And what I looked at was, it turned out to be an opportunity to put dentistry in a great light, which doesn't happen very often. And also put an opportunity to show that there's a solution to the disease of addiction. And I made sure that they focused on my patients and not me. And we ended up doing a news story on every single news station in Denver. One of those stories got picked up by CNN and ran for a weekend and nationally, and then the ADA got wind of it, and they asked me to come down to Washington, D.C. and speak to an open invitation to Congress about a meth bill that they were trying to promote. And I basically got to talk about what it was like to be a dentist treating this patient population on the front lines. And the bill didn't end up passing, but we ended up getting a lot more PR about treating this. When I moved to Colorado, I joined up with concerned Colorado dentists. This is a picture, and that's my first entry into the CDA. I was mostly doing work with MDDS, but this is my first entry into the CDA. I hooked up with a man named John Bauman, and John Bauman was the chairman of the Concerned Colorado Dentists. I ended up getting an award from Peer Assistance Services, which is the diversion program that allowed me to practice and monitoring me in the meantime. And when I was accepting the award, Rhett Murray, John Hank, Jerry Peterson, and I think Bruce Zimmerman were there front and center, and I didn't know who they were. And they were right in front of me. They gave me a standing ovation, and I thought, I wonder who these guys are. They've got an amazing hairdos, but I didn't know who they were. That has changed, but they still have pretty amazing hairdos. You look at Rhett, and where's Jerry? Jerry, look at that wave. That's beautiful. Anyway, I saw that I was supported on the state level with the work I was doing, and it really made an impact on me. When I met John, and I'm going to talk about John a little bit here. In all the years I've known him, we realized that we didn't have any pictures of each of us together, so hopefully we can get one today. John single-handedly paved the path for guys like me, and he saved dozens of dentists' careers and lives. And he showed me it was okay to be authentic about my past, and he showed me how we can use it to help others, and I really appreciate that. One cool thing about John, in his recently, after he went on and gave me the reins for CCD, he ended up, he wanted to serve in the military as a dentist, and in his 50s. And I think that John was the oldest recruit to ever serve in the U.S. military. And the best thing about it was that he's like, I want to serve when no one else wants to serve. If someone, I'll go over Christmas so some of the younger guys can come home and be with their families. And John, you are an inspiration to me and many others, so thank you. I'm just going to clap for you. John got me involved with the Dental Wellbeing Advisory Committee for the ADA, and we started doing some work on a national level, help setting policies around substance abuse issues for our colleagues and how we treat our patients. And that's been a great venue for me to help out as well. And upcoming ADA session, we are looking to put together a resolution for the House to include substance abuse training in dental schools. So hopefully we can catch this disease on many of our future colleagues before it becomes a problem. We've lost many of our colleagues to these well-being issues, and including a past CDA president, and that's really sad. Most recently, the former president of ASDA, Jawan Lee, committed suicide in her senior year, a few months from graduating. And this is the kind of things that we can let people know that there's help available, because this disease doesn't discriminate. Okay, so obviously well-being issues are very important to me, and I'll continue to passionately push the envelope and let our colleagues know that there is help available. And many states don't have the luxury of a diversion program like we do. And the success rate of our diversion program is 85%. 85% of the people that go through this program get better. If you're trying to do it on your own, it's about a 6% success rate. So we like that. So soon after I went to DC, just continue on with my story, someone at the CDA decided, hey, Brett would probably be a good person to bring with us to the Washington Leadership Conference. And I learned how powerful our advocacy pack is. The ad pack is unbelievable. And I've learned so much from going to the WLC, and how the ADA is committed to making sure that these entities don't commoditize our talents and skills. I was soon persuaded to run for alternate delegate to the ADA meeting in Hawaii, and that was a very challenging and memorable week for me. And I saw that the ADA was facing a really tough road ahead, and I got hooked. And so I've been coming back ever since. I'm so glad that we had so many people who are going to be going to the ADA in the next couple of years, especially new people. You're going to learn an awful lot, and it's going to make you a better practitioner and a better communicator to your patients. As an alternate delegate, I'll tell you that I championed a resolution with the help of the elder statesmen in our state and in our district on a well-being issue that we debated on the floor. And as an alternate delegate, I was treated as a delegate, as will you. So I'm excited for that. So talk about mentorship, and I want to acknowledge some people who've seen things in me that I was blind to, and they pointed them out and encouraged me to move forward. And the first one I will talk about is Cliff Litvak. I went to the Pankey Institute back in 2003, and they encouraged me to get a Pankey mentor, and I chose Cliff. And thank you, Cliff. You've guided me on a path in my practice where every day I get to do the work I love to do. And you've been a tremendous influence on me and keeping me focused on the vision. And I love you like a brother. And thank you for including me in all your family stuff. We spent countless hours together. And you also got me teaching at the dental school. And I learned more as an instructor than I've ever learned as a student, I'll tell you that. And we got to work with some of the best dentists around. Dave Welker, I know you're in the audience. So where's Dave? There's Dave. We acknowledge Dave. Doug Wilson, Ed Barrett. Privileged to meet and work with Royce Hatch and John Smedley. Standing in the shadow of greatness. Okay. Next person I want to acknowledge is Tiffany Manzo. Tiffany, as a dental student, decided to run for as the president, and I thought that was so cool and courageous. Ended up not winning, and I sent her a little letter encouraging her not to give up hope. And Tiffany's been, a huge member in the New Dentist Committee, both on a local level and a national level, and pretty soon she's not going to be a new dentist anymore, which is kind of scary. That means I'm getting older too. So thank you so much for that. I won a Golden Apple Award as a result of that letter I wrote, and then a letter that she wrote to the ADA, and that is front and center in my office, and I get to see it every day, and I smile. So thank you, Tiffany, and good luck with your upcoming marriage. We're very excited for you. I love what I do, and I love dentistry, and I've had, I think, 6 dentists who were patients of mine that are now dentists. And I've got a 7th one who's entering dental school, which I'll talk about in a little while. I love talking about dentistry. I love what we do. I think we have the best profession in healthcare. So But if we are to remain a profession as opposed to a trade, everyone has to do their part. And just as I was guided by those with experience, we need you new dentists to ask for help as well, and we're here to guide you. So let's talk about the goals for the upcoming year. First one is leadership. As Ken mentioned, I'm pretty passionate about leadership. I think it all started when I decided to open up my own practice, because I was pretty scared about that. And then when I was asked to join the CDA board, I really dove into so I could be the most effective leader that I could possibly be for you. But what we can do as the CDA Dental Society is, try and help you empower yourself as a leader, whether that's going to be a leader in organized dentistry, a leader in your practice, a leader in your family, a leader in your community. The skills go all the way around, okay, and it's unlimited in what we can do. If we are to remain a profession, we must shore up on our leadership skills, and we must be able to provide a unified voice. Second thing I'd like to see happen is some kind of insurance reform and help level the playing field. And this isn't just insurance, it's any third-party entity that is trying to commoditize our practices. Okay, you cannot put a price on caring for our patients. I'll say that many times throughout the year. Number three is the never going away mid-level providers issue. And every past president in this room gets to go like this when mid-level providers didn't happen on their watch, and I'm scared to death it's going to happen on mine. And it's coming, and we have to fight this next legislative session. The best way we can fight it is to use the Medicaid dollars that were afforded to us. We have $70 million to spend in dentistry this next year. That's a lot of dentures to make, a lot of extractions, a lot of fillings. And if we don't do it, the state or some other entity will say, well, the dentists didn't, so we're going to get another practitioner level that will do it, because you guys aren't doing it. So please join up. I'm planning on doing my part as well. And then finally, we want to, and this was the hot topic of debate today, is fiscal recovery and growth. And we will grow, and we will get better. And thank goodness, again, we've had strong reserves, because that has gotten us through some tough times. But the way we've always done it won't work anymore. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And we have to think out of the box if we're going to evolve and take it to the next level. Okay, lost my place here. Okay. The ADA is coming down.